It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so we got to get some momentum going here on the channel because it's been a slow week in boxing. I've been a little bit down recently, but you know what? That's life. Life's ups and downs. I got my hair cut. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Looking real Miami right now. So let's talk that boxing, man. So let's talk some 154 for a second because first and foremost, a big congratulations goes out to Israil Madrimov. The golden boy of Uzbek boxing has fulfilled what many thought he'd eventually become. He's become the WBA champion with a devastating, dominant performance, stoppage victory over Magomed Kurbanov. And he finally breaks the streak of Uzbeks losing big world title fights. Ergashev lost to Matias. Otabek Komatov lost to Raymond Ford in heartbreaking fashion. And it's been a run of hard luck for the Uzbeks as of late at the world championship, world class level. But he's a champion now. And, the 154 division is in an interesting place right now because probably for the first time in the history of boxing, we have a unified champion in recess. Make of that what you will, but Jermell Charlo has been named the WBC champion in recess, as well as the WBA champion in recess. And for those of you guys that don't know what that means, it means that if Jermell Charlo, or when he decides to come back, he will automatically be fully reinstated into the full champion. So in the meantime, Madrimov is the WBA champion. Now, if we take a quick peek at the WBA rankings at this moment in time, Madrimov fought Kurbanov. Madrimov was 1. Kurbanov was 2. Madrimov 1. So if you just go down the rankings, if you go down the pecking order, so to speak, the next name on the list is Vergil Ortiz. And I really do think that this would be a great fight for the division because, Vergil Ortiz is a fighter that hasn't had the opportunity yet, or his team hasn't maneuvered him into an opportunity, I should say, because there were chances to where they could have maybe fought Crawford, but they decided to go another route. But for whatever the case may be, he hasn't fought for a world title yet, and I think this is a great fight for Vergil Ortiz and a great fight for the 154 division. I mean, look, Madrimov, athletic, can punch, deep amateur pedigree. Some would say maybe his best boxing is still in front of him. I think him versus Vergil Ortiz, the natural progression of the division dictates that should be the next fight. And Vergil needs a fight like this. Vergil needs that chance to become world champion because Vergil Ortiz has stopped everyone in his path. He's shown the boxing world what it means to be a precision technician of the sport. I mean, yeah, people look at the record of Vergil Ortiz and they look at the knockouts and they look at the percentage, but he's so much more than just the knockouts and the percentage. I think really and truthfully, Vergil Ortiz has one of the best power jabs in the sport today, and there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And what better way to put that power jab, that world-class jab, to the test than fighting an experienced, talented, just very, very hungry and determined Israil Madrimov. Madrimov's, I got to give it to him, man. This is a guy that could have got discouraged early in his career. It looked like about a year ago at this time, there wasn't a world title shot in sight for this man because Jermell Charlo had the division in the Cobra Clutch, and he had all the belts, and he was a DAZN fighter, so he was on the wrong side of politics. And on top of that, Madrimov is from Uzbekistan, and Uzbekistan fighters, generally speaking, don't have the biggest market value because they don't speak English, and it's just they got to always work themselves into that mandatory spot, right? So luckily for him, he did that, and the belt freed up, and he got a favorable matchup against Kurbanov. But I would love this fight just because I think, when you look at the career of Vergil Ortiz thus far, I think on paper, Madrimov would be the best opponent he's fought to date. Just because of the experience. You got to give Madrimov the respect because of the experience he has as an amateur, what he's done as a pro, the fighters he's defeated, the way he's beaten them. And it's a world title fight, so you give him that respect of being a current world champion, right? I hope this fight can happen next. I hope that there's no wasting of time because Vergil Ortiz is a fighter that I think the world of. I really do think the world of Vergil Ortiz. I think Vergil Ortiz, they were to fight, obviously Madrimov, I think is going to be very good for the first couple rounds. But I just think, look, I love fighters from everywhere, and I got respect for the Uzbek fighters, but I got to call a spade a spade. the pattern I'm seeing with Uzbek fighters is that they're very regimented in their style. They're very disciplined in their style, but because of that, they're also very predictable in their style. So I think my thing with Ortiz versus Madrimov is I think Madrimov will have some success boxing Vergil, but then what's going to happen when Vergil gets used to the speed and the movements and the pattern of his boxing? Does he have a plan B, plan C? From what I've seen, even in the Kurbanov fight, I don't think he will. And I just think the Vergil Ortiz power jab would be too much for Kurbanov, and or not Kurbanov, Madrimov, and I think he would wind up outboxing Madrimov. But I want to see the fight. You know, you fight the fights for a reason. I can have preconceived notions, but if Raymond Ford versus Otabek Komatov showed me anything, is that they fight the fights for a reason, right? So obviously, I don't think Madrimov is regimented like many of the Uzbeks in that style, but I don't think he's as robotic as the other Uzbeks. You know, I think he's a bit more athletic than, let's say, a Ergashev or a Mirza Akhmadaliev or even an Otabek. I think he's just got a bit more of those quick twitch muscle fibers. He's a bit more athletic. So I would think that Vergil Ortiz would have some problems with the athleticism early on, but I just think Vergil Ortiz is just too smart. I think his jab is too world-class, and I think he would get to him at some point in the fight, and he'd break him down. And I think it'd be a great fight for the division. And it'd be a chance for Madrimov, right? Because even though Madrimov's champion, let's be real, he fought in Saudi, right? A lot of people here in the States don't know who he is. So the boxing world, he's still a relative unknown. They just know him as the guy who has the belt while Charlo's out as champion in recess. So this would be a chance for Madrimov actually to have, even though he's champion, to have a signature fight. And if he could beat a Vergil Ortiz, then he can announce himself to the boxing world in North America as a real, true name in the sport, because now then he would be the guy that defeated Vergil Ortiz. So this fight just ticks so many boxes from an excitement standpoint, from a ranking standpoint, from a politics standpoint, from what it could do from both fighters' standpoint, and I don't see why it shouldn't be next. So you guys, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Madrimov versus Vergil Ortiz? I think it's a great fight for 154. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.